Hail to the victors, valiant, hail to the conquering heroes, hail to Michigan, the leaders of that. Let's go blue! It's the pancake breakfast. But we are also noticing Michigan State game. All right, check this out. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Good morning. Here we go. What you doing?
We're making pancakes for breakfast.
It's the pancake breakfast.
Using this real easy prestige pancake mix. All you got to do is add water, stir it around, let it sit. I always use a little more water than what it says on the package.
Good morning. Good morning. What you doing?
We're making pancakes for breakfast.
It's the pancake breakfast.
Using this real easy prestige pancake mix. All you got to do is add water, stir it around, let it sit. I always use a little more water than what it says on the package because I like thinner pancakes.
Oh. So, a little. Are having technical difficulties. A little bit more water than on the package. Oh, look at that. Good plan. We've caught ourselves up here, y'all. I just need to zoom in for 1 second. Part of the video that didn't play just now. Good morning. Check out this wonderful world's best.
What I do is add water.
World's best dad, Chef Dick.
Let it sit. I always use a little more water than what it says on the package because I like thinner pancakes.
Oh, and I like your pancakes. That is some good advice. A little bit more water than on the package. All right, y'all. Good plan. Good plan. So we are here. It is the pancake breakfast. We do it every month. Of course, I am referencing Will Ferrell and Ron Burgundy and the Channel 4 News team for the pancake breakfast. Welcome. I have figured out a wonderful, amazing way to get you artwork at a lower cost. I have been creating artwork, pulling prints that I can pull faster, and therefore I can offer them to you at a lower price point, which is great for everyone around. And we're having pancakes. What kind of pancakes did you have this morning? Let's see how the cooking is going here.
Okay, so we're putting some chocolate chips into the pancakes.
Have you flipped them over?
I have not flipped them over. Put them in. If you flip them over, I'd have a hard shell to put them on.
Ah.
So that wouldn't work very well. And then you wait till the edges get dry and a lot of bubbles. So we're getting the bubbles here, but we don't have very dry edges yet.
Very exciting. Can't wait to see your flip. Yes, that was a good flip. It looked like a flip to me. Oh, and here comes a mini.
Here's a mini.
Yum.
Gotta have a little patience.
Patience is very important. Shall we sing a song while we wait? I didn't do a very good song, so I think maybe... Flipping the pancakes, we're flipping the pancakes. Flipping the pancakes over now. Flipping them over, we're flipping the pancakes. Flipping the pancakes over now.
The first batch always comes out quite pale.
Good morning.
They don't pale by comparison.
Good one. Good one. All right. So let's start out here. I just am going to drop this. It's in the description, but also dropped it there for you in the comment section. You can shop all of these super special priced prints that I have for you today at that link for the low, super low, exciting price of only $50. These are 18.5 by 18.5 square. That's quite large. Only $50. And really awesome variation in color throughout these lines. So this is the first of the prints that I pulled, and let me show you how I pulled those prints. Check this out. So I have this sped up for you right now, but maybe only parts of it are sped up. I'm rolling ink. And I am then using the brayer to roll the ink on top of this piece of artwork, which is called Vines. It's a wood panel with plastic filament, PLA, that I extruded through the 3D printing pen, ironed on top of it. So there's several layers of it, and it adds quite a bit of depth. Here we go. Sped up the process for you here of the video so you can see a little bit more clearly what I got going on. It's a lot of writing. It's a lot of ink. Notice I'm rolling the ink in one direction only. That's an important thing. If I go back and forth, I'll just pick it back right up after I put it down. So here we go. Ooh. I didn't realize we were going to get some singing involved here. Make it feel better. Speeding it up again. All right. And then you can see rubbing it out. So although this is relatively fast process, it's actually not that fast. And there you go. There you have it. The creation of this piece of artwork. So again, the link's there in the bio. This is number 1. All the colors are slightly different because in each one I rolled out new ink and pulled it up. This one's got some really cool pinks popping through in some spots. In my opinion, this is quite a bucolic image, although I call it vines. When looking and see the orientation this way on this piece. Although it's interesting to then turn it, because this is the orientation that makes most sense to me for the prints. All right, so I pulled 15 prints like that last night. That one's number 1. Number 2 is one of my favorites. Number 2 is one of my favorites because it's got some nice purple and yellow in it. And where the purple and the turquoise are together here is stunning aspect. So that is 18.5 by 18. That one's number 2. These could look really, really cool next to each other on a wall, like having multiples up. You wouldn't necessarily have to have them separately. So I wonder hey Dad, how's the pancakes coming along? How's it going over there? Let's see what
here's my first batch on the hot plate. And here's my second batch now about to go onto the hot plate. And these are darker, as you can see. Well,
the pancake sizes, yes.
I'm flipping them over so that the chocolate doesn't get stuck to the plate.
And on the loose.
Are you going to do the entire thing as a chocolate chip batch today?
I don't have to if you don't want me to.
No, I think we should get some plain ones in there too, because we need to test out
so helpful.
Hot sauce. We're trying a savory version of the pancake today also. We're gonna test out some hot sauce. Maybe a little feta cheese on there. I don't know.
All right. Thanks, Dad. So this one has a little bit more going on it. Still a print pulled from the same printing plate created with the 3D printing pen. However, I embellished further with the brayer. After rolling red, so I did it in the green first. I used some red ink then rolled it onto the brayer and then onto the printing plate, and then noticed that on the brayer was this awesome texture that was picked up. And so printed that texture down on here to add to it. So I believe this piece can stand as a vertical on its own for $50 still. And this is 18.5 wide by 24 tall. Or if you wanted to do it in a set with some of the other ones, number 3 could, of course, be trimmed down and set horizontal. So knocking things over, my bad. Here's the 4th print I pulled. This one has more golden colors in it. A little bit more gold and green with some turquoise blue. This one really says river to me. Checking it out. Michigan touchdown! Hail to the victors, valiant. Hail to the conquering heroes. Hail to Michigan, the leaders of best. Let's go blue! Woo! Go blue! You're my boy, Blue! Sorry, we got a football game going on right now too, everybody. It's pancakes, it's football, it's art. It's a great day. It's a great day. That was number 4 of 15. You guys hear number 5 of 15. Again, I went back in with the brayer after having done one print and picked up this pink texture that I was able to put down again, kind of acting in the opposite direction. So if you look at them in comparison, you can see the difference in how they look visually. Oops. And how they look visually, one with the pink also added to it. So on that note, that's very exciting. I wanted to then share with you up next the piece that has fallen. My goodness. So, pardon me. So, the next piece that I wanted to share with you is this piece. Now, I don't know about you, but I have driven on the BQE, which is the Brooklyn Queens Expressway, at sunrise, also at sunset. This is what that looks like. So this is PLA extruded through the 3D printing pen and melted in the oven. It's been woven. It's been melted. It's been added to again. And it is titled The BQE at Sunrise, because that's what this appears like to me. This piece is currently only $250. I would normally sell this for $500. So again, an incredible deal here today on this piece, 50% off. It measures at about 6.5 by 11, and it's about an inch deep. 6.5 by 11 and about an inch deep. So there's that. And you can see it's actually signed in this building over here. It says Rachel Goldsmith. So super cool. Textures and imagery. It's a really interesting way to create by adding and removing layers. All right, let's see if we can get that back up on here because that looks nice. Oops. Here we go. Perfect. All right, that's the BQE. Now, the next set of prints. So this one was printed twice again. This is number 6. It also has some really cool ghost-like pinks and greens showing up, but it has a second set of lines over it in the red. And I actually printed this one the opposite way. So if we look at this super fast video, is this the super fast video? I mean, I think it is. Whoops. In this super fast video, you'll end up seeing me going back and forth with picking up some of the colors in some of the prints that I've already printed to add back to them. So this one also, these details are what makes these so special. All of the texture that's in here is super unique. And it reminds me a lot of a river or lake and mountains. Mountains behind it, reflecting in it. Nice. All right. This also has some red and some blues in it. Again, was playing with printing multiple directions. Turning the plate, using the paper more than once. And you might catch me doing that on the right. This one you can really, we're up to number 8 right now. You can really see the flip-flop of the plate. You can see this is how I've been holding them in other examples, or this way. I believe this one goes vertically. However, this is up to you. Everybody gets to make their own choices on how they like the artwork to look. And something like this, it's like a mountain at sunset over a lake. I mean, that could be Balfour. I see it. All right, that one is number 8 of 15. Number 9 and 10 are both quite red in color. 9 has a little bit more pink in it. Here's 10, and here's 9. I might end up, I mean, if these guys, if they could look really cool together as well. Just knock the artwork down again. Let's get me to a full screen here so that you can see them side to side. So using the lines of symmetry to create a larger piece. I mean, this could take up quite some space on a wall and look great. And I can do some mock-ups for you if you'd like at how they look with a few of them on the wall together. Send me a photo of your wall. Tell me what you're looking for. I'd love to help with that. So again, these are $50 each right now for this limited time pancake breakfast opportunity. You know, speaking of pancake breakfast, removed myself from the stream. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm back. Okay. I wanted to share because I was going to say, speaking of breakfast and pancakes, uh, do you know why they're called pancakes?
I'm using a pan because they are pancakes. If I used a griddle, then they would be called griddle cakes.
We don't want griddle cakes because
these are pancakes.
It's the pancake breakfast.
Right.
There we go. It's the pancake breakfast. So. I'm sorry, I'm struggling for a moment here with the controls. All right, the next piece I want to share is called Fluorescent Landscape. And it is another piece created with the 3D printing pen. It's called Fluorescent Landscape because this piece here is actually from the cover to a fluorescent light that used to be hanging in the basement. Let's give us a background here. This piece has some really interesting angles to it and textures. Each line was extruded through the 3D printing pen. And I think actually it can, originally I thought it was going this way. So it doesn't have to be a fluorescent landscape. It could also be a flower like this. At least that's what I'm seeing. I don't know that I love it that way, but it could be like a house on the hill that way. Let's see, how does it look this way? Yeah, not so much this way. But for sure, could be a vertical like this or a horizontal like this. There we go. And the measurements on this are 8 by 6.5. And again, it's about an inch deep, 8 by 6.5, and it's an inch deep. And right now, for this Pancake Breakfast Live show, it is at the low, low price of $200. Normally, I would charge probably $350 for a piece this size with this amount of intricate detail added to it. So check out these lines and details. Really have to get better at showing work in front of this camera. I get confused with the backwardsness. All right. Now, there was a change. I changed it up a little bit. So after I had done about 10 or maybe a few more prints, but 10 total because I was adding onto some of them back and forth, I decided to try wetting the paper first. So it's a slightly different process, or came out slightly differently. It almost had a little bit more of an intaglio look to it. So this is me spraying down the paper first, spraying it down, using a sponge to spread it a bit. And it's a water-based paint, so that adds to it. Now using the brayer on top of it again. I love watching myself move and fast forward. It's delightful. It's amazing. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Still rubbing, and when I remove it, there is a much when I remove it, there's a much deeper impression. There's more details being picked up. The colors are slightly more saturated, less saturated, but there's more lines. So let's see how those pieces came out. Here's number 11. It's got reds and greens. And a lot of those texture details. Reminds me of wood grain a little. Here comes number 12, which is one of my favorites because it seems to have picked up the whole spectrum. We've got everything from reds and greens to yellows and blues and purples on here. So this is a print that I pulled off of a printing plate made from my 3D printing pen on a wood panel. So this is that panel. And here is the super detailed print that came from it, only $50. Number 13 is also super colorful, very watercolor-like. You can really see I was getting into the water, and the printing plate was getting wet on there at that point too. But beautiful color ranges in this. Really nice details if you get up close. Here comes number 14. It's more of a ghost print, meaning I didn't re-ink it. I just was pulling prints off of the ink that was left on the plate at that point. There's some really great color highlights in here as well. And number 15, I think maybe 13 is my favorite. I keep changing which one's my favorite. From afar, it looks pretty mellow in tones, but when you get up close, you see that these are all super bright colors happening in there. And the line quality is so sharp. So sharp and yet so delicate. It's almost lace-like, which I find amazing. So all of that created for the pancake breakfast by pulling prints off of vines, this guy right over here. And each print, only $50, and they're quite large. 18.5 square. 18.5 squares, pretty big. And if you put more than one together, which these might look really cool next to each other, more than one, up on a wall, and I'd be more than happy to Photoshop those for you so you can get an idea of it. I have one more piece that I wanted to share. It's heavy. This is called Thick Flower. Thick Flower. It is a lot of plastic extruded through the 3D printing pen and then melted down with the heat gun. It has some paint stick on it. So there is some black and green paint stick creating this background texture. This piece can certainly hang horizontally or vertically. There we can see it with the light reflecting on it, which is exciting. And this piece right now is only $120. So these sale prices will not last, but they are here for you for now because it's the pancake breakfast. We do it every month. So reason to celebrate, I believe. Let me share with you our pancake breakfast. Let's see where we were at.
Coming in hot.
There we go.
Here they go. It's the pancake breakfast and the art show. Can't wait to taste them.
Amazing. I got to share some pancake breakfast eating with you.
Wait a minute, we're recording this?
Oh, yes.
We
Mama
have
Ruth,
to see
we're
how
recording.
it comes out. All right, the savory pancake. The savory pancake is going to have some Cholula hot sauce on it. I like to eat my pancakes with my fingers.
Aha. That's very artistic.
It is. It's artistic indeed. So I'm really excited about this. Ooh, let's try.
Is what?
Mmm! Cholula on pancakes.
Call them Mexican pancakes.
Yeah. Delicious. Not as good as chocolate chips.
But you know, there's no reason you couldn't put the Cholula with the chocolate chips. It would be like mole sauce.
It would be a mole.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I want to try one of the chocolate chippers. Chocolate chipper. So the art show, very exciting, because I figured out a way to create artwork that can be that takes less time in a lot of ways for me to create, and therefore can be more affordable. Exactly. Thank you for the word. Which makes it great for holiday gifting, in fact.
Oh, you know what?
Great idea.
People could buy a few of them. You get a discount for volume?
You want to do that, you just let me know, and I'll send you a coupon code.
Okay.
No problem. And
There aren't enough ones with chocolate chips.
the coolest thing
What do you
about
mean?
those
Right
are
there.
chocolate chips
There's
too.
more chocolate chips.
The coolest thing about it is that I'm using the 3D printing pen technology still to create a printing plate, which is what I'm rolling the ink on top of and then pulling a print off of. So I'm still drawing those lines, and it's all very handmade. Plus, the printing plate itself is a piece of artwork in and of itself.
You know, we call that kind of printing letterpress.
Letterpress without a press.
Letterpress without a press. Because you're pressing.
I am pressing.
Maple syrup, please.
As opposed to offset printing or flexography printing. What you're doing is letterpress.
Now, how do you know so much about printing?
That's my business.
It's your business? That's amazing.
Yeah. Been doing it for a few years.
Hurrah!
Come on.
Wait a minute, we're recording this?
All right. So I am available to hop on a phone call with anyone at any point in time to discuss some of these colors further, to get to a better look at some of the colors from the many prints that I just created and pulled off of Vines. Which, by the way, it's also available for sale. Although for now, I'm going to continue using it. Since I can, I'm going to continue using it to pull prints. For those of you who may have missed some of the earlier versions of it, check that out. Yeah, I got to get some better lighting for you people to see these. But beautiful prints, only $50. Shopping in link in the description. Thanks for stopping by. It's the Pancake Breakfast. It's been a pleasure. Special thanks to the world's greatest dad, Chef Dick, and Mama Luz for their entertainment, their kitchen, their love and support, and their pancakes. Yummy! Happy almost Halloween. Also, Michigan just intercepted the ball. Time to go watch football, y'all. Watch some art, watch some football. It's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go, but it's the end of the show.